One thing I'd like to bring up before we get started, though, I gotta be in Wilmington for another meeting. And I was wondering if we could move item 8 up to after 3 to make it 4, because I think that's probably the most important thing on, other than electing a new.
We probably need to do the conflict of interest first before introducing anything else.
Do the what first?
Conflict of interest before.
Well, yeah, I should have said after 4, sorry, 5, change it to 5. So I need a motion to acquire that change. Anybody? So moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Okay. So then, that's the agenda changes and, it's allegiance. The pledge of allegiance is the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Approval of the prior meetings minutes, any corrections or additions required? I have a motion to approve the minutes from the December 17th meeting.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it necessary, this is a protocol question. I heard, so moved. Do you say that when you just want, why did you use so moved, Randy?
I agreed with everything he said.
So that,
He was asking for a motion.
so that does fulfill the motion.
Right.
by saying-
I assume so.
Okay,
Always has, yes.
okay, I just want to make sure I understood that. So I'm sorry to interrupt, I just wanted to clarify. It's so moved.
Interrupt anytime you want. Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So, conflict of interest. Does any board member have a conflict of interest concerning any item on this agenda? No? So, we're good to go. So, my question in regards to the text amendment to Stephanie, because it has nothing to do with real estate. I looked up as to the requirements of a planning board. Does every item like this have to be approved by this board prior to going to? Because the city attorney has approved the verbiage, correct?
Correct.
And none of us that I know of are attorneys. None of us are zoning attorneys. So how does this relate to the planning board?
Typically, and give me just a second to look up the review. So I can tell you. Correctly. I will say that special events permits come to me first. So they begin in my office with the planner. So I have to review them to start with, and then they go to department heads and then town manager, and then it comes back to me to process. So it does come out of my office.
But having said that, does that require this board to approve it then if it comes out of your office? Because what I'm looking at, core responsibilities of the planning board are master comprehensive planning, subdivision regulations, site plan review, zoning amendments, spatial permits, acting as a spatial permits as like wireless facilities, unique land uses and signs. The spatial permits are anything that involve real estate, and then advisory functions. So as regards to development, infrastructure, and land use. So if it comes through your office, does this require this board to approve it?
Has the town board referred it to us for opinion?
Well, the town attorney,
Is, but not the board of,
not the commissioners. No, they have not.
so. I know there's been some complaints over the years of us doing work just to be busybodies. If it's not been approved, or if the Board of Commissioners has not asked us to review it, then maybe we're all should pass it back to them and have them send it. But I would certainly think, and I need the rest of the board to back it up, but I would certainly think that this is out of our ball court since the city attorney has already approved it. So I guess I would need a vote from this board to send it to the Board of Commissioners, and if they would wish us to review it, so be it. But today, I think it's not a time to do it.
So in our review summary, or it's in section 16-62 review procedure summary.
Okay.
Text amendments are, so it comes to me first, obviously, or I start the process. Planning board, and then the Board of Commissioners will hold the public hearing and have the final decision.
So, but there's not been a public.
No, that doesn't come until after the advisory recommendation.
All right, so would it be appropriate to have the Board of Commissioners review it and then send it to this board instead of,
No, it starts with,
I
so
understand that, but what does this have to do with our board? It's not real estate related. It's just,
that's a question we would need to ask the town attorney.
It's a use related,
but not a real estate use. Really.
it's a use of real estate,
Well,
public, private property or public beach.
well, if you look at that standpoint, but I'll let the board decide what you want to do.
For clarification, how do we receive our directives or marching orders? Is it from you? Is it from the Board of Commissioners? Just to kind of get a straight line, or it could be a combination of both.
It typically is a combination of both, because, there are some things that we have taken to you guys first, gone to the Board of Commissioners, and they'll send it back to you for further review if they can't make a decision based on what they have. And then they can just decide. I mean, in meetings, they have said, take that to the planning board. So, I mean, it's a combination, and many things, we as staff talk about ahead of time, and introduce the text amendments to you guys first and then take to the Board of Commissioners.
So if there is a proposed change to the ordinance, the entire ordinance, does it come to the planning board?
Not
Not
all. I mean, if the Board of Commissioners decides it needs to come to you guys, then they'll send the directive back for you guys to review it. But not all of them come to you guys.
Then for some circumstances, state statute requires that things pass through us.
That was my next question. Is there some requirement from above Topsail Beach that says if there's a change to certain components, it must go to the planning board?
Through the planning board.
Through the planning board. That's what I was trying to. And if the town attorney has made these recommendations, I certainly don't feel comfortable questioning what an attorney recommends. I mean, that's.
Unless you have your butt hanging out.
It's-
Well, we're an advisory board.
I know, but I don't know.
How can we advise someone if we're not specialists in this kind of question?
I mean, I
And
may
the
have
town
some,
attorney certainly has legal knowledge on how to handle this proposal. None of us are attorneys. If he's already approved it, then are we to say if we want to make a change, then I'm not willing to put liability out for this board. If we approve a change, it's not legal.
Well, I mean, you're just recommending it to the Board of Commissioners. So the Board of Commissioners could say, no, we'd rather use the language that the attorney used.
Well, I don't-
They have the final approval.
Correct, but I don't think this board would have the legal expertise to make any changes to something that these town attorneys already made, correct? I don't
Typically, he reviews our text amendments before we bring them to any board.
So I would say it's up to the board. I mean, if you want to act on it, if you want to send it to the board of commissioners and then have them send it back. But
I don't know that I would recommend, I mean, I'm not gonna recommend changes to what the town attorney has written, but I have some questions about certain aspects of it. But first and foremost, does this need to be in the table of permitted uses? It's defined as a use. Under special event 1A represents a use or uses of land. So should it be in the table of permitted uses? I couldn't find it.
No, because it's not in chapter 16, it's in chapter 18.
By the term public beach, is he talking about the ocean only, the sound? Down at the south end, public beach extends all the way around the tip of the island.
The public trust area.
Okay.
That's regulation on the public trust. I mean, I know the town has up to so many feet into the preserve rather. How can the town dictate what happens?
It's the beach walking around the point is public beach. And that's what prompts my question. I mean, are we opening that up for someone to apply to do something down there and or actually more correctly, does this open up the ability for somebody to do something down
What
there?
was the what precipitated these changes? Was there something?
I was gonna ask, what's the history?
So we do have a request to be able to hold those services on the beach during certain times of the year, which is the active season when typically the Board of Commissioners would have to approve it before it was said to be okay or not. This is giving staff the ability to approve certain types of permits, which you see the change in there, instead of them going to the Board of Commissioners.
I think that then the way that was stated, that's from the church for sunrise services and so forth.
But to keep it within the confines of a particular organization, a church.
Well, we have exemptions as well. In, the end of the ordinance, you can see that there are exemptions from it. As, it's not just the church that has a way through.
But would this apply to like when they used to have the forces on the beach, they had to apply for a special permit to take the forces out? Does that cover this also?
Not for special events, no. That's
in another part of the ordinance, section 6, I think, of the, it's already defined in our ordinance and permissible.
I couldn't tell when I was reviewing this what the ask was. So from my perspective, I would have reviewed it with a different lens had I known what the ask was. So I think moving forward, that would be super helpful to me to understand what's precipitating this, because now I don't know.
we have discussed adding a cover sheet.
Okay.
and explanation.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Because I was just reading it thinking, well, I wonder what happened, because something happened to precipitate this.
So do we want to table it for further thought or just pass it to the commissioners?
Let me clarify. You just said the change would allow the staff to approve or not approve
Certain permits.
certain permits. I need to re-review this. So either we need to table it, or if back to your original concern, we need to move it to the board. I really don't have a strong opinion one way or the other.
We're just finding out some stuff now.
Exactly.
So what's the wishes of the board? Table or pass it to the commissioners?
How often do questions like this come up to the planning?
How often does the planning board meet? I think we only met 3 times before last year, so. It comes up every now and then, but
I guess when looking at the numbers of 200 or more or less, what's the parking? You're having 300 people at a sunrise service.
More like, it's not just a sunrise service. They're actually thinking maybe 30 to 40 people. It's not, it's for their monthly or weekly service during those months. 300 or more people, 200 or more people between usually all the things like that. So that's where that comes in, where the board has to approve it.
last year to this sunrise service, it was probably pushing 100.
Huge lot of people walk though.
So, but I'm just saying, a lot of people walk, but. So John, what's your thoughts? You want to table or pass it up?
Still trying to figure out the
You're the
layout.
new one on the board. I think I'm like,
Yeah, I guess I'm still trying to figure out where the planning board falls in deciding something like this versus.
right.
And you can send it to the board without a recommendation.
Is the ask that the church wants to have a weekly service during the season? Is that what you said?
It's actually so that staff can approve that certain type of permit along with the other ones that we have the ability to approve already without taking it to the board of commissioners.
Seems like a lot of words to get to that.
Yes.
No,
Yes, that's
simplicity would be nice.
So usually the board of commissioners, anything between March 15th and October 1st, they have to approve no matter what it is. So this would just give staff the ability to make that quicker decision. And like I said, it doesn't just come to me. It goes to department heads for sign offs. I don't even sign it. And then it goes to the town manager and then back to me to process for the permit. So
Why don't
So
we
is our-
ask the town manager? So she didn't hear that. So Randy, you've got seniority on this.
Now, the term quick kick comes to mind. Yeah, I wish a cover sheet would have been very, very helpful in reading this. Because I wasn't confining my thought process. I was looking at, well, what are we opening up here?
That's what I feel like, that this kind of opens the door for groups or whatever that want to do things that they wouldn't have even thought to do otherwise. Does that make sense? I feel like there's a,
Because once this is in place, if they comply with all of the conditions for doing it, you can't say no.
I think there's probably a line in here that says that you can. I don't know where it is, but
I didn't find it in black letter.
Well, let me ask the board this. It seems like we all have some questions. It'd be nice to have the cover letter information. So can I get a motion to table this until we get additional information that we can look at? I mean, it sounds like everybody here has questions that we can't answer today. So can I get a motion to table this until we get clarification on the cover letter?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
So I do have a question, like for your specifics, so that we get this all done in one. So if anybody has
So
anything.
let me just say the motion here. So, okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, your specific, you can email them to me. You can tell me today. But I mean, if you email them, if you could do that. for
Well,
the
let's
next
get the cover info from you before we put out
we
any
know what
questions. I
questions
think
they ask.
is what we're asking for, Stephanie. So, any other comments in regards to this request?
Okay. Was it asked, and I just didn't pay attention? If there's a change to the ordinance that's such as this, is it necessary that those changes flow through the planning board?
Not all of them.
So that goes back to whoever, okay. Didn't know if there was a state requirement that planning board has some input, but apparently not.
Not that I'm aware of.
Not in this particular case.
Right.
Okay, moving on to item 5 then, or, public comments. Any public comments, Commissioner? No, okay. Mr. John Wareham is the new planning board member.
I am.
Glad to have you aboard.
Welcome.
So appreciate your, public service here for us.
And you've already got your name in the record.
Yeah,
Oh. It's official.
nothing like the first meeting out. So now the, vote for the new chair and vice chair. So make a wise decision here, folks. Randy wants to come back.
Do you want the job back, Randy?
No, I was the sacrificial lamb for the South End, and I will never be in that position again.
What?
I don't believe that item 7 says a new chair. It doesn't, there's no reference.
We don't have to.
You're hard. New, it's not there.
Look at your face.
Okay, Julie.
I would continue to be vice chair, but I do not want to be the chair.
So am I supposed to say that I will continue as chair?
We're all hoping so.
Yeah.
So all in favor of retaining the current chair and vice chair? I need a motion.
So moved.
So moved.
Yes.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
So thank you for your vote of confidence here, folks. Staff comments. We wore you out already, huh? Anything from the town manager? Oh, no, you're Rochelle today. Any board comments? Quite quiet. No,
It'll be nice to start getting a cover sheet.
so I guess at this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Okay.
all in favor, aye? Good, yeah. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks
Welcome.
for bringing that up.